Gamers of Reddit, what were the strangest things you've heard over an open mic? Story 1. So this was on Burnout 2 maybe. I'm not sure it was on Xbox Live. My wife is playing and this little kid comes on and starts talking smack to her. She said something about "I'm going to tell your mom." The kid replies, "My mom passed away on 9/11. My wife without missing a beat? Well, glad something good happened that day." The kid just started bawling his brains out. Apparently he wasn't lying about that. My wife then spent the next 3 hours talking to the kid online, like a mother. She played with him for half a year or so, helping him with homework and different things in his life. Then one day he just vanished from online. My wife is now a PC gamer, but she makes me pay for Xbox Live, and she logs in every month or so to see if the kid has been online. I want to say it's been 5 years, and she hasn't spoken to him. Story 2. On Final Fantasy XI, we were camping Fafnir. It just popped at around 4 a.m., and this one dude in our link shell had school in a few hours. Just when we start fighting it, his mom comes in and starts yelling at him for staying up all night. And he starts yelling back, "You ever kill a Fafnir, mom? Huh? Have you?" They went back and forth like that for about 5 minutes. Funniest thing I ever heard. Story 3. Raiding Cara in WoW. Backstory. There was this player, Josh Warrior, who had joined our guild. He was, as one can easily deduce, a warrior. He was as terrible can be. Didn't know what a rotation was. Couldn't gear properly. He was only like 11, so we let it slide. But his general inability to learn, or even try to learn, made his life as a guildmate short. The story. It was near the end of BC, and my druid tank wasn't very geared, relative to the endgame, so I would use him to help out new fresh guilds get through Cara, as I could sleep through any encounter, and still maintain aggro and not really worry. I decide to help out this one guild, and who shows up? Josh Warrior. I load and continued on. My bear was indestructible. Vent was a fun conversation. Everyone was chill and thankful for my help. I don't really remember where we were in the raid when suddenly Josh Warrior flatly proclaimed, "My dad just had a heart attack. I think he's gone." Progress comes to a stop. Holy. Did he need to go help him? Did he want to leave? We would get a replacement. No, the ambulance is here and my dog is really big. If I go out of my room, he will definitely get out and attack the paramedics. The most awkward silence ever ensued, and we continued on through a few trash packs. Finally, their guild leader stops the raid and starts asking Josh how he's doing. Fine. I think he's gone. We can keep going though. I just want some loot. We finished the rest of the raid in near complete silence, except for me coordinating the encounters. I've never felt so awkward over venting. Nobody else uttered a word. Every person from the guild whispered apologies and gave resounding thanks. That was by far the most memorable and messed up raid ever. Story 4. A couple of years back on PSN, I believe I heard the last argument one couple ever had. Playing GTA 4, fooling around at the airport, I overhear some lady scream, "I've been working all day and all you've been doing is playing that game." It developed into a huge fight. They were screaming back and forth for at least 15 minutes, until his mic went quiet and his account logged off. Story 5. A few years ago, I was in a Rift guild with the Strangest California Desert Hicks. This couple lived in the hills outside San Diego, on some big piece of property with their kids and the guy's parents. They were actually decent enough players. He was an especially solid tank, but they interrupted the raid for the craziest reasons. One week, it was a kid with a broken arm. The next, the in-law's roof was on fire. The frequency and kind of incident were always enough to make the rest of us wildly speculate about what kind of messy living situation these people had. The best time they interrupted the raid, "Guys, We gotta take 20. The kangaroos lose again. Story 6. I was on a co-op mission on a WW2 flight sim. There were around 16 of us playing, and one guy was pretty wasted. We were cruising along on the way to the target area when suddenly we start hearing snoring, loud snoring. Some guys started yelling, "Wake up!" but to no avail. And shortly after, we heard a loud crashing and rattling over comms, followed by an, "Oh, I'm bleeding!" The guy passed out and smashed his head on the floor. Couldn't finish the mission cause we were all laughing so hard. Story 7. My girlfriend used to play WoW a lot and was playing with her guild, and during a break, she started playing with her dog and baby talking to it. She accidentally hadn't muted her mic, so her whole guild was listening, and they kept quiet and recorded it. The audio track was on the guild website for a while. Story 8. Back when MW2 was in its heyday, I joined a lobby that happened to have a bunch of Brits queued together. When teams were made, they were all on one team, and my team was all random Americans. One of us says, "Oh hey, it's funny how that happened," to which one of the Brits replies, "Shut up, you fat American pig." By God, it was on at that point. It was American Revolution Part 2. Freedom rings twice. To their credit, it was super close, but we wanted, no, we needed to win. So bad we became a fine-tuned machine and began dominating. By the last 10 seconds of the match, we knew we won and began chanting, "USA, USA, USA," over and over. They tried to object, but our chants were too much and they just left the lobby. I haven't had an experience like that ever again, but God, it was amazing. Story 9. I have legitimately heard someone on my team break up with a girl during a game of Dota on voice. He was using an open mic and she was like, "Get off that game, take me out to dinner," in this horribly entitled voice. After around 10 minutes of him being calm and saying things like, "It's okay, baby, just let me finish this game. I will get punished if I leave," and her just not understanding that she issued an ultimatum. "If you don't turn that game off right now and take me to dinner, I am leaving." And he just typed in chat, "Pause please, need to break up with my girlfriend," and everyone loud and paused. And the dude just went ballistic like, "This is my apartment. You stay here on my dime. I buy all your food. I give you money to go shopping. You don't get to issue ultimatums to me when you don't have anything without me. Get out of my apartment. This relationship is over." Then it was lots of her crying and yelling and bringing up all these things he did wrong in the past, as if it was going to help. And eventually he just said, "Sorry, this relationship is over. I don't care. Bring a truck and one of those douchebag bar guys you love to so much to get your stuff tomorrow. See if any of them are willing to clothe, feed, house, and you." Everyone on voice chat just went crazy, and we were typing everything that was happening to the enemy team. He eventually got her out of the apartment, and boy, did it sound like the guy had a world of pressure off his shoulders. After the game, I friended him. We still talk on Steam sometimes. He really ended the relationship and ended up just putting all her stuff in a storage locker when she didn't come to get it for a week. He has a new girl now who apparently isn't as awful. Story 10. Several years ago, I was doing a 40-person raiding WoW. Many people in the guild were from CA. At the time I lived in Oakland. We hear one guy around Napa call out, "Whoa." Then a few seconds later, I feel a pretty substantial earthquake and announce it over vent. A few seconds, a couple of people around San Jose chime in their surprise too. It was pretty cool to hear how the quake rippled south in real time. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and activate the bell button to receive notifications to my latest videos.